It's fun, and that's what this hobby's about.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And Luka will see you in the next video.
Absolutely. Probably about 10 years ago, I bought a. Sorry, everyone.
In fact, I loaned one of these to Rick Salvino when he was working on his Formula One car, and I said, "Yeah, can I get that back?" No, you're not getting it back.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, isn't it?
It is. I had no idea. I wish you'd have told me.
I tried. You wouldn't listen to me. I was grabbing it.
Yeah, I watched your build on that Mustang to see what kind of pitfalls were going to come in. So.
Didn't really have any.
No, that's what I thought. I'm getting it.
Yeah, that looks like a Ferrari. Oh, is that what's that there? A Ferrari there? Or?
Like, if you got a good eye, you have got an awesome eye. 330.
Oh, it looks good. It's my dog, white.
I could come in here and probably, paint a body and go, oh shit, I got fish eyes in this thing. Yeah, you know what? I'll carry it out to the old purple pond, drop it off into it, and I'll go and pull another kit, and I'll go, well, let's try this.
Exactly. What is that, like the fishing thing? Your worst day model building is better than your best day at work, right? That's it.
It's so true.
That was something that when I started watching your videos, I really liked your personality. I mean, you don't know nothing about Ed Roth, so you really, at this point, it's time to, back off, I think. But
well, I'm ignorant. I'm just so ignorant.
That's right, you're ignorant.
Then you go Hollywood.
It's a good forum to do that, and to talk models, any type of models. I just like talking styrene, period.
Yeah, we like it. We're addicted. Hello, my fellow car modelers. How you doing today? I am going to be doing an update on my USACC, that's the Unified Scale Automotive Content Creators, and we are, of course, doing this build. You probably see it all over YouTube, all taking the same kit, either what was once the Monogram 70 GTX, which is what I have here, or later on it became the Revell Roadrunner, basically the same kit, and we're all building them. I've done a couple videos in the past on where I was going with this. We have approximately about 11 days to finish this. Yeah. I had hoped to do some really cool things with this model, that we're going to make some cool how-to videos. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that now. Now I'm on I got to get this done mode. I've done a lot of work to it. I've got not quite the stance yet, but I'm going in the right direction. I've got the chassis, and I'm going to show you here in a little bit, pretty much completed. I got a few things to do to it, and I'm going to show that to you and show you what I've done. I've done some modification to the body. I've covered that in the past videos, and still got a little bit of more work to do to the body, but I think I'm going to be on get this done mode over the next few days, because I want to have it done for the unveiling on the 15th of this month, which is a 2-month extension because old Mark Batson had to bust his head, so we held it back for him, because after all, this is all in honor of Mark, because this was his kit that he picked because he had a special connection, and that's what this is about. Every year someone picks out their special kit that we all build. This is actually an idea I've had for a long time, and I really am having fun with it, and we're going in a really good direction of it. So you can kind of see I'm a little bit high. Let's grab my hobby knife here as my pointer. A little bit higher than I wanted to be. I've got the suspension all in, and the rear is sitting where I want with these slicks. I've got it mini tubbed, and but I'm gonna have to relocate the front wheel. It's just not. Let's see if we can get a good look. I don't know if we can do this. Let's see. Can you get a real good look at the stance? It's sitting up kind of high in the front, but I'm really liking where I'm going with the rear. So that's an easy fix. We'll get that done. But let me go ahead, and I'm gonna kind of get a different camera angle here, and we're gonna look a little closer at what I've done to the car, and I'm gonna show you what I've done, and we'll keep on rolling with this thing, because I only got a couple of days, really. It's yeah. Oh boy, I want to have this done though. I gotta have it done. I want to have it done. Okay, it's kind of slightly mocked up, so let's pick it up. I've got, again, we'll show you, get a little bit more view of what we've got going here with the wheels and tires. I got to get these front tires up a little bit. It's already falling apart on me. Sorry about that. That's kind of, I still got some work to do, but we basically just got to move this up a little higher. I've got my slicks in there. Nothing's glued down yet. I've got my rear end all set up. I've got my front end glued in, detail painted the way as far as I want it. But things are a little cocky and distorted here, so I don't know if I'm going to get a good look here. It's all popping apart. You can kind of get, never mind. So if you saw that really fast, let's slow that down before it fell out. I have the rear end in there and the slicks all fit up in there, and it looks really cool. We'll just go with that. Let's get this all apart, and I'll show you my tubs and everything. And I'm working on cutting the back seat out and gonna sheet plastic that all in. I've still got one more modification to do to get rid of the molding on the around the front. What are these called? People help me out. It's early in the morning. I can't say things, but you know what it is. Wheel well. Jeez, Luka. I've got them all shaved away on this side. That's pretty much the only body modifications I'm going to do. I just got to scuff. I did take out the battery, and I got to do something about filling that in, and I kind of removed some of the detail that was on that. I'm not going to worry about this side. I'm not too worried about a lot of that stuff. It'll get utilized for what we're going for when we stick that big Hemi in there. But so that's it for the body. I'm going to put this away. We're mostly going to be concentrating on this chassis. Let me pop this tire off. I had to narrow this rear end, and we cut and made mini tubs. You can see what I've got going right there. It was really simple, but a lot involved. So I'm going to take the tires off. I haven't done any work on this slick, but you can see I'm using these old slicks from the MPC Pro Stock era. Then it went into the AMTs. You find these in so many kits over the years. You saw these in the 66 Nova Pro Street version. Nowadays they're smoothed out and pad printed, which is a lot nicer, but it's pretty much this. I got zillions of these, man, but this is it all sanded, and I still have the printing on the back, but smooth that out. I'm going to put something on there. I haven't decided what, and dress up that. And those are the wheels. Let's see, we've got the wheels from the Monogram 66 flip nose Malibu. I love those wheels. I haven't decided whether I'm going to shoot clear coat on and make them that dull aluminum look or keep them chrome like that. I don't know. I'm going for kind of a very used race car here, as you can see. So with the rear end here, what we needed to do first of all was, this is the original mounting points for the springs. This is the kit springs and some of the kit rear end. I had to figure out an inboarding of the springs from out here to in here to give us tire clearance. Plus I ground a lot of the frame away and built all this up. So I ended up just making new points. So what I did is I took some square styrene and I drilled down the center of it, and I just cut them to size. The front ones, I had them about the same height as the front pads for that are original stock locations. The rear ones, I have them a little bit higher, but we got them all set in place. And then I started working on, and I've showed in the past videos, I cut out all of that and replaced it to give us a more open area with this mini tubs here. The mini tubs are made pretty quick. I didn't really worry about making them beautiful. They're going to be covered up. You won't see them from this side. This is all going to be covered up with model. And here, once we have the tires in, you're not going to see much of there. So I just kind of got them patched in, and you can see how I cut all the pieces out, measured twice, cut once. I guess you could say I did that. Did I really? I just eyeballed it. I really just eyeballed it, and it worked out. And of course, I used my Tamiya extra thin quick set. That stuff is awesome. It fuses the plastic together. And I got myself my mini tubs. It was pretty easy to do. And then from that point, we took the rear end, after we got our placements here, and I knew where things were going to go, I took that resin Dana 60 rear end that I made. That's basically the Dana 60 from the Monogram 66 Malibu flip nose. I love that rear end, one of my favorites. Then I just cut the torque tubes off, and I took the torque tubes from the kit because they're already attached to the springs, and of course the exhaust, molded exhaust, had been removed earlier. That's in other videos. And I got it to where, using this, I basically figured out exactly where to cut just by doing my eyeball engineering, and I made it up the torque tubes from the kit rear end to the resin center by drilling these holes just right in the center as best as I could. All eyeball engineering. I didn't do any measuring. All quick. And I took a piece of scrap spark plug wire, 24 scale spark plug wire, and slipped it in and used that as the peg. Slipped in the holes and got everything all lined up nice and pushed together. And then I used, because I had styrene and resin going together, I had to use CA glue. And I glued that all up. And that got me, boom, where I'm going with a narrowed rear end. Fits real nice. Got the slicks in there, and everything is all tucked under the fenders and looking good. And it was a pretty easy deal. After I got to that point, and I had just the gray primer done to the bottom, that's all I wanted to go with. I started using just Tamiya flat black, actually some semi-gloss, because I wanted to have kind of a glazed look to it. And I just started flicking around and bopping around all the black there to make it look like all the tire schmutz coming off of a drag slick, because it's all heated up and flinging all over the place, and it gets really messy under a race car like that. And then I did some streaking here, streaking effects, using the MIG dark streaking grime. I love that stuff. I love all their streaking grimes. They got fuel colors. They got different layers of colors for streaking grime, and this one's a really cool one because it just has a kind of a greenish tone to it. It looks like sludge under a car, just from years of drag racing this thing. You just get crap getting flinged down the bottom of the car. So that's the look I wanted to go for. So I was just using a quick little technique. It's called dry brushing. You've heard it a million times. I would dab the brush I'm using into the paints, and I would just flick it around. I first get the excess off on a piece of paper towel, and I just start flicking it around, and that's how I get my effect. It was pretty simple. It was no big brain surgery there, especially coming from me. And then I got the semi-gloss Tamiya black I used to just spray the rear end and the front end suspension parts. And then I went and did a little bit of hand detail there, just to make it look a little bit different. And that's about where I'm going to go. When I get these all together and glued in, and the suspension is all done and everything's set, I got something I'll show you in the next video. What I'm going to do a final blend in to just kind of tie this whole thing together and give it a little bit more of a used look. But I've got a cool technique I do that I've done on many other models in the past. I kind of put this on the floor, and I take various paints, different, like I'll do a rust colored, all flats, a white, a black, a gray even if I need to, and I stand up probably 4 or 5 feet. I take the can about 4 or 5 feet from the thing, and I just go really lightly on the button. I just go just so it rains like overspray over it, and it just kind of covers everything and just gives it that either chipped up and dusty look, just little tiny millions of little tiny chips in the paint and all that stuff, and just kind of gives a nice weathering look. And so that's what I'm going to do to this, and that's where I've gotten with this. And I got 11 days. Oh my goodness, I really want to get this done. I I'm really happy with the direction it's going. How I'm going to lower this front end is unfortunately, I went nuts and I glued everything, but I'm going to have to get in there because they're not glued in yet. Hopefully I can pop them off without breaking anything. If I can, let's see if I can. I don't know. Once you put these things on, they never want to come off. Oh, good. So I'm going to try to get in there and get a nice fine cut. And I'm going to take this, just this peg right here. Looks like because it angles up on the spindle, I'm going to have to add a little bit of plastic. I'm going to try to raise this peg up, just up under the upper control arm, and then we can, have a lower stance. That's how I'm going to get this thing lower, and you'll see that in the next video, or possibly the next video will be my reveal video and I show all that. I don't know. Maybe I can squeeze one more. I'm really trying to hope that I can get this thing to the color I wanted. Green was the plan. I don't have decals. I wanted to say the X on the side. I want to have race car decals all over it. I don't know how far we're going to go. This might end up being a primered, grungy Saturday weekend warrior drag car under constant construction. Might be the way I have to go with it. We will see how far I can get with the paint. Until then, yep, all the body modifications I want to do. I got rid of the windshield wipers. See that? So we'll see how this all rolls. So that's my update. Kind of choppy here, not knowing what the heck's going on. Just wanted to give you a quick showing what I was doing here. So thank you all for watching. Wish me luck. Wow, I've got so many other things to do too, and I've got 11 days from this taping. Oh boy, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's hope. I really hope to have it done, in honor of my friend Mark Batson.
Wait, what?
That's what's driving me. I want to have this done for Mark. I will talk to you guys on the rerun. And what we do here, we build model cars. And there's a ridiculous reason why we build model cars. Absolute ridiculous reason. What is that reason? You all know. Because they're fun, right? Here's the producers.